Conversation with myself like this better work. That's why I get peace of myself almost every verse. I spent my whole life grinding, I ain't asked for help. I used to starve as a kid, I had to feed myself. Remember all the hard times we kept trying, and we rise and we fall. The times we had to walk, now we stay flying. Now we grind till we ball. I'm so high, and I'm so high, and I'm so high.
It take a lot to impress me, cause I done just about had to see them all. Petite, thick, skinny, short, small, athletic, and I done seen them tall. And weight ain't even a factor, I take them heavier, big-boned. Yellow bone, red bone, brown skin, light skin, I take them dog-toned. Cause it don't matter about that. I'm stress-free, I ain't mad about Jack. Except I'm tired of seeing the same thing in the club. Hold on, as a matter of fact, little mama in the middle of the dance floor. Started off fast, now she dance slow. Got everybody in the trance, yo, but I got one thing that I need to know.
You just might be the sexiest thing up in the club, up in the club.
Welcome to another episode of Artist Artists at the AB Club. It's your boy West Side, and I got a special guest with me today.
Mr. Grime Mode Chaos, man. Happy to be here.
Yes, sir. I want to thank you so much for coming on the show, man. This is a blessing. I grew up listening to your music. And so before we go into all that, I always like to start off with the first question. Where does music start for you?
With life. It started with life, like real life. Like, I don't know what time we got, but we just gonna roll with the punches. Like, man, it's my therapy. It's my escape. It's my, I had a wild life. That's where the name Chaos come from. They ain't like, oh, yeah, I just went through the dictionary and chose something. No, it kind of chose me because I was living a wild life at first. And originally, I'm from upstate New York. I was born in Poughkeepsie. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that. Some people do know that. My fans know that. They know I'm from Polk Projects. But, just like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, I got into a lot of trouble and I was a fighter. I was wild. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in that heroin era. You know what I'm saying? Both my parents was on drugs. So my grandma was like, she thought the right thing with, man, let's go to Miami because we got family down there. I need to calm you down a little bit. Then you can come back to New York. But, unfortunately, I lost my father. Then I stayed a little bit longer. You know what I'm saying? Had some resentment. And then I lost my biological mother right after that. So I ended up just like being a little Miami boy from North Miami. And,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Down here with my little Haitians and just getting in more trouble. And I always been into poetry. I always loved hip hop. But, then I vacated down, to South Dade. And I've been there almost ever since. And, I just had a love for it. Every part of hip hop just like, you know what I'm saying? I embraced it because it was just like, damn, I seen people that relate to me. So that's really the beginning of it, you know what I'm saying? And then later on, if you fast forward, you see me fall in love with the Poison Clans and the JT Moneys and the Tricks and the Lukes and oh my gosh, the list goes on. And I just was good at kind of finishing that like when I don't know if y'all remember the cassette era and the CD era
course.
where it's just like it had that extension of instrumentals. I would always try to find pockets where I could fit on. So if they left a little bit of 8 ball, 12 ball at the end, well, I was jumping on it, even if it was fade not. So, I got good at that, and here we are here today. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So what age did you move from New York?
I left there like when I was like 10. You know what I'm saying? And I supposed, like I said, I was supposed to go back, but I stayed in North Miami first off of 50th Terrace, and I went to Morningside for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And then I went to Charles I. Drew for a little bit, and I kept getting in fights, man. I was a little skinny boy, I wasn't taking nothing from nobody, man.
Yeah.
You couldn't even crack a joke at me the wrong way, man. I'll punching your head off, like for real. So I ain't care about winning or losing. I won more than I lost, but I just had a streak of violence, and just like some of these young black boys and black men, we just don't know how to deal with our anger. So now that I'm older, looking back at it, it's like I ain't had nobody to really express that to, especially after my biological mother died. It was just like, damn, I felt kind of that lonely phase, you know what I mean? So that's why I'm so tight with my sons too, trying to get them that avenue in which like you can come to your father about whatever, like even if you gotta make me unbusy, make me uncomfortable, come talk to me. because I know what it's like to have that on the inside and implode or explode. You know what I mean? So yeah, man.
Yeah, that's good. I was talking on another podcast with my homegirl Sosa. Let's talk about it, and we talked about like families and how. And one of the things I was highlighting going into the next year, you know, people to check on their young ones, because a lot of times we get wrapped up in life. You know what I'm saying? Taking care of things, paying bills, doing what we got to do, to put food on the table. We might not take the time to sit with the younger ones that, you know, they on the tablet, and we thinking like, well, you know, they ain't got a care in the world, but they got stuff going on too.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's good. I like that.
It's their life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in the music industry, but I also work in the school system with, you know, I mentor young guys, and you know what I mean? Like, I ain't no super role model, but they could take the dirty parts and the gritty parts of my life and then try to keep them from going in that direction. You know what I mean? Like, I already took them L's for y'all. I took them losses for y'all. You know what I mean? Like, I believe in that. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't that transparency might fix somebody else's life. So you might have to show that dirty side of, you know, I'm a heroin baby, man. My mama was on heroin. I went through, you know, the whole era of her being on HIV. A lot of people don't know that. You know what I mean? When it first popped off. So it's like, dog, like, come on, man. It's better for me to be vocal about it and somebody say, hey, my mama got AIDS. Or, you know what I'm saying, I'm, you know, thinking about suicide or whatever. I come to me about that. Yeah. Let's have a conversation, because it might be a little solution or a big solution, but I still might have access to that key that's going to fix that solution. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm big on that. I'm big on that.
Okay, that's big. I actually seen someone that was impacted by HIV. It was a friend of the family. And at the time he was going through things, so he was living at our house, sleeping on the couch. And, you know, I was, you know, at the time I didn't know what was going on. I was a kid. Right. So, you know, I'm seeing him get sick, you know what I mean? Looking like he's not doing good. But, you know, you thinking, oh, you just sick. That's it. And then, you know, finding out it was some time later after he left that he had passed. Yeah. And that's the reason why he passed. And,
it sucks,
you know,
man.
Yeah.
It sucks though, but you know, just being transparent about it, it might make somebody take it a little bit that serious. You only get one mama, so I learned a million lessons from just watching her. You know what I'm saying? Her lifestyle and everything, the losses that she took, but they not losses because I'm here. Yeah. I still get to be a voice for her. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't no loss. It be tough. You know what I'm saying? Like even to this day, because that's mine. That's, you know what I'm saying? Just like you got one mama, but you know, she missed a lot in my life. But I'm still thankful. I wouldn't change nothing. I wouldn't change nothing. Some people be like, oh yeah, if you can go back, could you change this and change that? I wouldn't change nothing. Cause a lot of them components and them puzzle pieces built me into the man that I am. You know what I'm saying? So I can connect with a different set of young boys or men that you can't connect with, and vice versa. There's certain things that you've been through that you can speak to young men that I can't. Yeah. And that's what we here for until we leave. Because we going to leave. But what you going to leave here when you gone? You know what I'm saying? So
you got to pass the information on.
I ain't get on here to be no preacher. You know
so I want to go back to that point where you moved, right? Or just about to move. In that time when you was living in New York, what was some of the artists that you was listening to back then? Like, what was your inspiration?
Even then, I was just like, I was really into the Rakims and just like, his voice was so strong, like, you know what I'm saying? The EPMDs and, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I like the ones that everybody else like. I like how smart KRS-One was. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't segregated to like one side, like I only listen to this. But then I later got on to the Coogee raps and the, you know what I mean? So many, bro. And then I started venturing off into the West Coast. I love what Ice Cube did. I love what NWA and, you know what I'm saying, Eazy-E and Snoop and all that. And then, you know, I'm a Southern boy. So there ain't nothing in the South I ain't really touched on. You know what I mean? So when I was little, it's just like, you relate to those who you relate to, you know what I mean? I'm living in the projects. I'm seeing crack vials. Like, I'm going to listen to, you know, all the happy-go-lucky stuff if I'm, like, literally out my door and inside my projects. I'm seeing it. I'm living it. I'm surviving it. So that's who I listen to, like, even when you was too young to listen to it. Yeah. Keep in mind, like, at that time when I was growing up, there was no, before Luke had fought the Supreme Court, there was no parental advisory. You just, like, snuck around and we listened to stuff we had no business listening to. So it's no different than, it's not new under the sun. Like, we sit here and, you know, we point the finger at them kids. Oh, yeah, you listening to Sexy Red and Cardi B. Nah, man, we did too.
Yeah.
You know
I
what
was seeing
mean?
something like that today. I think it was Candace Owens. She was talking about that.
Yeah.
Saying, you know, the push for the sexy reds that influence the society to make them move in a certain direction.
Right.
Which, you know, in any generation, you could look and find a sexy red. Whether it was Foxy
Every
Brown,
time.
whether it was Lil' Kim,
Whether it was Trina,
Nicki,
there was
Trina.
a time that pussy.
Yeah.
That was nasty.
Yeah.
Because the original song was pussy. I don't know if I can cuss, but I'm like,
Yeah.
at that time, it's like we was sneaking to listen to Salt and Pepper.
Yeah.
And they had on leather tights and they was hunching
Yeah.
the air like, bro, stop playing. Like, we always been around it. You know what I mean? And then before that, it's just like, nigga, you ain't your candy liquor girl. He ain't talking about licking candy.
Yeah.
That man literally talking about
It was disguised. It was disguised back then,
but
yeah.
it was just like, it was more poetic. Now it's more in your face. Like, you know, I feel like artists there was a time that it was a little more creative.
Yeah.
But I just like Lil Mama, I don't really like a lot of stuff she say. But son, when you write, you write.
Mm-hmm.
Even the clock, write two times a day. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
that's
so
facts.
a broken clock, write 2 times a day. So it's like, bro, like she not wrong. Like they push that narrative. No different than the prison systems. They are connected to the music industry, directly connected. Like they know that those private prisons make money off of us. Like, so we gotta keep these guys coming back. Cause police ain't gonna have no job. If we just snap our fingers with the Thanos glove right now and just snap our fingers, everybody good. Okay, nah, we ain't no more racism. Ain't no more. Where the police gonna go?
Yeah, they ain't gonna have nothing.
They
to
gonna
do.
be on a decline. The judges, everybody in the judicial system, they gonna fail
Yeah.
in life because they gonna have to go get another job.
No, you're right about that. When you think about it, yeah.
Yeah,
If
so
it
the
ain't-
prison system, they capitalize off us, man. They make money. It's one big cycle, but we got to break that cycle. And for the fact that we the biggest spenders, especially with this melanin, we got to use that. We need our own.
yeah, we got spending power.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so what as far as like the sexy red thing, like you said, it was always a generation where it was some type of artist that was like that. I think where it changed, like you said, it's not being as discreet or being creative as
Right.
far as like delivering the message. And then it's more so of back then, I feel like people was more individuals with
Right.
their artistry. So, you know, even if they was talking about the same thing, they
Right.
did it in their own way.
Right.
Where now it's more so algorithmic, where it's like, okay, this the trend. Let's do what this is.
Right.
So now you're getting more of the same rather than similar but different.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
I got you.
So I think that's just my take on it.
I can say this though before we move on to the next thing.
Yeah.
I work in the middle school, so all that which I fought for to have all this freedom of speech and all this, and oh yeah, man, why? We sexually liberated and okay, all right. But guess what? Whatever y'all see with the sexy reds and all this, it's about to get worse.
Yeah.
I'm in the middle school, so what you think I see? You hear me?
Yeah.
So now they thinking it's the norm. So Lil Mama, ladies, I know y'all wanted all that freedom. You about to get everything you asked for, but there's a domino effect. So it's gonna trickle on down, and then it's gonna trickle on down into I'm the community liaison, so I get to travel to different schools. I get to put my eye on things. And guess what? Y'all catching it late, mothers and fathers. Like, we catching it late. So what you about to see in the next 4-5 years is way worse.
Yeah.
It's way worse. I'm looking at what y'all getting suspended. Your daughters are getting suspended for right now. But it's going to get worse by the time they get in high school. And by the time them elementary kids that's twerking and doing all that to them sexy red songs, oh, nah, it's finna get worse. Because there's a seeking and there's a big addiction for attention. That's worse than any drug. It's worse than sugar is worse than cocaine. If you really look, and addiction is worse than all that. So watch. It's in the food and it's in the fact that they're fighting for attention. And if they don't get it, now it's like, oh, I'm being bullied. Oh, it's mental health. Watch, because they want attention. People always want attention. See, there was a time that we didn't have all these phones in our face every 5 minutes. The timid people was over here, the shy people was over here, and then there was a select few that you had to earn the attention of the masses. But now watch. Everybody wants attention because that's the only way that they can be seen by way of something that's on the other side of that phone.
Yeah.
And these young ladies, they down to do whatever.
The attention becoming a new currency.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's a new currency. If you got more attention, you got nothing in your pockets.
Yeah.
And make moves with just based off of the attention you can get.
That's a fact.
So that's the crazy part. So, all right. So now I want to go back to as far as you moving, right? And you getting here. What was that experience like because you coming from New York to Miami, what was your the culture difference like that you was experiencing, the changes, the sounds, the the food, because even the food is different.
Yeah.
So what was that like for you when you first moved down here?
I'm gonna say it's two things. First off, everything wasn't just about me being wild. A lot of things was it was a domestic situation because my grandmother, I always lived with her and I always lived with my mama. You know what I'm saying? I got two mothers. I got my biological mother, I got my grandmother who raised me. So she was going through a hell of a time, my grandfather. You know what I'm saying? Like, I watched the abuse, I seen it, and her coming to Miami too, it was another part to escape him. You know what I'm saying? He was very violent. So I got to be a part of that and see that, and got to see my mother get, abused and physically, abused. So she was trying to get me out of that. And then, one of my cousins, he just got murdered on a basketball court in front of us.
Wow.
So it was a lot of things. It wasn't just one thing. Okay, chaos, just fighting all the time. No, that's just one part of a lot of things. So the difference between New York is one and the same and so different because I'm in the projects with all of us and we one big happy family because we poor.
Yeah.
I'm with Nigerians. I'm with different parts of Africa. So the first thing I really learned coming into this, because nobody knows where I'm from, but everybody know that I'm what they consider Yank.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, I'm so well versed in cultures because I always been around different flags. So I got Bahamians, Trinidadians, Jamaicans. Like 1 minute I'm eating with my Jamaican friends and playing soccer, and I'm eating at their crib. And then the next minute I'm eating Trinidadian food and listening to soca. And then I go to the other projects and I'm with my daddy and them side. And my other siblings live in this project. But now I'm with my Puerto Rican homeboys. You heard me? And they blacker than black.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But they Puerto Rican. But in my projects, I didn't have Haitians. I didn't have Cubans. So that was the flip side. So when I got to Miami, it's like, them Jamaicans talk different. You know what I'm saying? It's like, wait a minute, why they flagged it? And then I came in a time you wasn't popular being Haitian.
Oh, yeah.
These guys were like acting like Jamaican and listening to reggae.
To hide
it. Net seats,
the net shirt.
Fishnet shirts. And I'm like, why these Jamaicans got a different kind of patois? Like, I was confused when I moved to Miami. But then I learned about it, and I'm like, oh, that's a different part. Like, they're by Dominican Republic and stuff like that. I'm like, so it make you learn a little bit different. So shout out to all my Haitians, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yes, sir.
I love y'all to death. Cubans, the flag was different from Puerto Rican. It's the same, but it flipped. It literally was like, you know what I'm saying? Yin yang. So it's so funny how like I just always embrace different cultures and I learn something from everybody. You know what I'm saying? I owe everybody my success. You know what I'm saying? I don't never have that. And I ain't segregated to just Black American. Like I always found what I love in soca and reggae and dancehall and you know what I'm saying, compa music. Like I can dance to everything from bachata to, you know what I'm saying, like country music because it all belong to us. Like we the creators of it all.
Yeah, we're the originators.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you, all right, so you moved out here. Of course, you experiencing the different cultures. At what point did you start actually doing music? Like what brought you into the studio the first time?
Like I said, I always loved it. And then I kept like practicing on my own time to myself. But when I got a little older in high school and all that, it turned into like, I'm really stuck with my grandma now. Like I'm really getting picked on and I know how to pick on you back. I can talk about you from head to toe. And I was good at that, like joning. But then it turned into, damn, that's almost like battle rapping. And then I started, every time somebody was beating on the table at Killian High School, and, you know what I mean, they doing their little freestyle. I was good at reading rooms and seeing, okay, that's what made her smile. That's what made this nigga laugh. That's what made him gain an interest. And I was really good at that because I studied hip-hop so long and listened to music so long. Like, it was easy for me. Like, I just was just saying things and just freestyling it. During the cafeteria time was like, that was concerts. Yeah. Because they'd be either beating on a locker in the hallway or
the pencils and
they beating on the table in the cafeteria. That was like, we missing that right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't really see that too much no more.
You not.
Yeah.
You not because everybody in their phone too. So it's like, dog, we had to kill time for that was a social gathering. Yeah. There was no social media. No, we were social. You know what I'm saying?
That's facts.
There's a difference. Like, we're not social media at that time. Like, I came to your house, we jumped on our bikes, or dirt bikes,
rolled down the
scooters,
street to the
and
next
we went
neighborhood.
and then your mama had my mama number, and he ain't over there. Well, call Reggie phone. And then it's like, boom. Then it's like, oh, okay, we know where he at. Long as he home by the time the sun go down. But 11 bikes and scooters and skateboards is in the front of our homeboy, and that was social. So we got picked on, and we built character from like getting picked on and slap boxing and all that. Okay, now it was a camaraderie too. So back to what I'm saying. Then later on, like, I was good at poetry. I was good at snapping on people. I was good at freestyling. My homeboys, God rest the dead, like Chuck Dallas and Jeff Jones, they were better at it. And they took it serious. They were going to the studio and all that shit like that. And I was like, I just go with them. But I was into other things. I was getting my little street money. You couldn't tell me nothing. And I just said this on OG Gigavelli podcast. I need to get him down here with you too, because he spent like 20 years in prison, man, and he's a vet. Like, I need y'all to connect. He got a good podcast too. And I was just saying on his podcast, like, I just didn't see financially how we're gonna win from that. I'm good at where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? I ain't need to be no billionaire. I ain't need to be, you know what I'm saying, Falcon or Booby Boys. And
you just need to make
making my little money and taking care of my grandmama and doing what I could with her. And I was content, bro. But people was like, I was better than them, and I never seen myself like that, because I was like, by way of what these teachers done told me, I'm probably not going to survive to be 18 or 24 and all that shit. I believe them statistics, because I know what comes with it. Like, I'm wild. I'm out here in the street. I'm going through shootouts and shit at a young age. Like, I really was involved in a lot. And I didn't want to build no future. I didn't want to have no kids early, none of that shit. I just was like living my life, enjoying my life until I ain't had no life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was realistic. You know what I'm saying? And it just so happened I was hanging around the right people. And shout out to Curtis Ballard, man. He's a film director here. And the first movie that I starred in was called Baghdad, and they got over 1 million views right now on YouTube. But long story short, he presented me with something. I used to come to the studio and be like, I'm the one that stood out. So he hollered at me one day. He was like, bruh, you be freestyling and you talk that pain shit. You be on your little Rod Wave shit, and niggas like really relate to you. Like, and when you leave the studio or you go to Ishmael or up top with all the little gangsters and the thugs at, like, they follow you.
Yeah, they go
That's not easy to do. That's what he told me one day. He was like, bro, you got a real following. This before social media.
Yeah.
He was like, dog, you need to use that and just let the Malcolm X and Martin Luther King and you get you out there. Because I really was a big Tupac fan, and you know what I mean, the ones that talk that shit, like, you know, that I relate to. So long story short, he said, listen, if you could write a song that's worth like putting out, my nigga, I cancel all your studio time. And back then it was like $30 an hour, $25 an hour. I say, man, I ain't really take them serious until my homeboy was like, bro, you should really just sit down and write a song. Like, I did a song and it did whatever. But then, like, I wrote this song called Hurts Like Hell. It's on Spotify, too, because a lot of my original fans like, yo, whatever happened to that song where you was talking shit about your car? You was like, that shit got oil problems. And you was, like, being realistic and honest, and it was funny, too. And I used I told him to use this Tony Braxton sample. Let it flow, let it ride. And I had him speed it up. I wrote to it, and I just wrote about my life at that time. And the hood just went crazy. They started burning CDs, and it was like I never pushed the song or nothing. It took off, and it helped kind of solidify my name. And I was like, damn, I ain't even do nothing in the hood, like riding around in dunks and verts, like playing Hurts Like Hell because niggas could relate. And I'm like, damn, bro, like maybe I should take this shit serious. And from then on, I kind of took it serious. And then people that was in my little clique started getting killed and locked up, and I'm like, they in prison and going to jail, and they still like calling home like, bro, what you doing with that? And I'm like, they like really waiting on me.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
They living through you in a sense.
And then people that died, like my homie Chuck, like I really took it serious. Like, bro, this man like dead. Like certain people dead, and they wanted to do this for real. And then I was like, damn. You know, I always was cool with my OGs. I always respected my uncles and the niggas that's older than me. Like, listen, bro, like, that dash in between your birth and your death date, bro, make it mean something, bro. Like, make it mean something, bro. Like, you could do something right now, and we gonna forget you in a week, a year, a month. But this music shit, you might get into that shit and people might you be dead and gone and your kids remember you and people still. And I thought about that for real one day and I cried. I'm a big crybaby. Like, man, go somewhere and cry.
I ain't gonna lie, not too many do it, and I don't know if it's because when you grow up, a lot of times, they'll tell you stop crying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That you get promoted not to express yourself in that sense.
I was raised like that. My grandfather was solid, man. He was made out of bricks and stones and the same shit Black Panther got in his clothes. Like, that's how he was
that
built.
Vibranium.
I don't even think I ever seen him cry my whole life until his mama died.
Damn.
And then we had an honest conversation, and then not too long after that, he got murdered. That shit threw me off. I was there when they picked his body up, like, and this my father. You know what I'm saying? My grandfather, but this my father. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He ended up moving down to Miami and making amends with my grandmother and, starting another business and doing this thing, and then boom, somebody killed him. Damn. And that shit, that's why I say it's a lot of things that help build me into who I am. You know what I mean? But yeah, that music, I took it serious from then on when I started thinking about, damn, I'm at funerals and these niggas they never gonna get to go to the studio ever again. Like, and I'm like here, not doing this shit.
Yeah.
So I took it serious, bro.
And you got all the signs showing you like this is something that you should be doing. For you to put out a song and it just start to take off by itself, not too many people could say that. You know what I mean? A lot of people that do this journey, they do gotta, put in long hours.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Till they get to that point where they could get that sense of success that you seen just from making that song right there.
Right.
So tell me, how did the group, the collective of the Grind Mode, how did that come together?
Cause we was all going to open mics. McCleasy, which is really his real name was his original name was Stave McLeod. He was on Icons. Get fucked up.
Yeah.
And we kept crossing paths. Hunger, which is Happy Birthday. That's my brother, man.
Happy birthday.
He the third member in the group, and we just really clicked. And I was going anywhere Larry Daw was at. Larry Daw had his own movement of artists and stuff like that. And I met him at the Miami Pipeline, and people like DJ Bass and all these Toro. I kept seeing him. God rest the dead. Bizzle. All us came up together, like me, Ball Greasy, Dunk Riders, like all them names that you hear, the Briscoes. That wasn't by chance. It was just like all us came together, and we kept crossing each other's paths. And I had a song called Goddamn. We off in this goddamn thing. It's about to get off the goddamn chain. Every line I said goddamn, and everybody was like, it's so DMX, it's so hard, it's so Miami. Like, he sound like if I performed that in front of anybody from Onyx, they would be proud and scared at the same time because it was so intense.
Yeah.
And I'd be on stage by myself. And by the time like several months went on, like every time I performed that, no matter what else I performed, people was waiting on that song. You know what I'm saying? We ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. I had a whole crowd just like, but it was like one of them songs that were bigger than Hurts Like Hell, and everything from P. Ryan, Richmond High, Gould, Florida City, Homestead, because I'm from South Dade, niggas was like, he like, I'm the little Boosie where I live. I'm like Jeezy. I'm the next Trick Daddy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The Trick around us, I used to see Trick, but Trick ain't know me from music. Trick know me because I was wild. Like I was like one of them. Like, and I had like little niggas like Zoo Crew and all these guys, because we stayed by Metro Zoo. You know what I'm saying? So we had a little thing called Zoo Crew and shit. And yeah, man, I just kept seeing them guys, and there was a bunch of them niggas at first, and the grind name came from the fact that it's like everything that I do has the word grind in it, because that's my nickname. My street name really Chaos. You know what I'm saying? But I couldn't escape it. So people
it just stuck with you.
Every time I choose a rap name, they be like, nah, you Chaos. Like, I don't care about Mayhem, Jehoshaphat, all these little stupid ass names you coming up with, we don't care. Your name Chaos, but then the other flip side is like, I always been a hustler, so grind was like my name. So I had the Grind magazine. That's why I told you I always been in media. Yeah. And I always respect what you guys do. Y'all the ones that get overlooked, so I'm giving you your flowers back. Like, bro, like, for real, bro, because it's like, this not easy, this whole setup, and this is your dream, this is your vision. But some people like, look at y'all, is like, y'all to look. Y'all connect the fans with us. Y'all connect new fans. I'm going to get 7 new fans or 77 new fans from this. You hear me? And vice versa. There's some people that probably will watch you that never knew who you were. So we're doing something mutual. Like, this is just like the bartering system from a million years ago. So long story short, like, we kept seeing each other, and I had owned a magazine with my homegirl Shawar called The Grind Magazine. I had Grind Time TV, you know what I'm saying? I had Respect My Grind TV. I always been on a lot of different grinds, and the word grind mode came up, and I was like, I did songs with them. Mm-hmm. And then we did this one song in particular called I Got That Yayo. It was like a trap record at that time. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I got that yayo, I got that yayo. So it's like a real Harry Belafonte spinoff, like a Beetlejuice. Yeah. You watch Beetlejuice. And it was big. And we wasn't really a group yet. But niggas was like, saw us three as a group. And there still was another nigga, Figgy, in the group. He did all our recordings and stuff like that. We had other guys. And we kept being in the studio together in Carol City, and the opportunity, the conversation came up, but I just was like, man, the rest of them guys that ain't doing shit in the group, like, I mean, we could punch it out, but I ain't finna waste my time with no group. I'm good by myself. No cocky shit, no conceited. It's just like, if I'm gonna do this, I got dead niggas riding on me right now. I got niggas in prison that's like, they waiting on me. Yeah. Y'all niggas just rapping because y'all bored or something. Y'all, like, you in and out of jail and coming to the studio late, I ain't fucking with it. You know what I'm saying? So niggas gonna ride with it for real, or y'all gonna get the fuck on, or I'm good. I keep doing my thing. Yeah. So the niggas had to hit it. I had to make in the band that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I ain't no shade at them niggas. It's just like, them niggas, I just feel like it wasn't a fit. And then we officially made it us three, and we've been rocking ever since for over 10 years. You know what I mean? We learned a lot, and we kept bringing it back to the table, bringing it back to the round table. Shout out to Big Teach, man. I love that guy to death, man. I don't think I ever did an interview and not said Big Teach's name, because I think he know how much I love him, but I don't think he know how much I love him, because that's a very important piece of my career, because that guy sat me in an Escalade around the time we was pushing, you know, grind mode. And this is right before I'm So High got in my hands, and he said, bro, like, you got to work smarter, not harder. That's the first time I heard a nigga really break that shit down. Salute the Teacher a million times. And this used to be Pitbull manager. And he was like, listen, bro, I got this new artist, Hurricane Chris, I'm working with. Tell me what you think about this song. So he played A Bay Bay. I'm sitting in his Escalade, A Bay Bay, A Bay Bay. This is an extension of grind mode, because he taught me, Big T's taught me how to service records. He was like, you got to work smarter, not harder. You always at the flea markets and the popping spots, but you gotta think bigger. You know what I'm saying? Think it big, bitch. Yeah. You got to think it big, bitch. So that was my thinking big, bitch moment. Yeah. And he was like, listen, bro, like, I need you to, like, take this serious. Like, I can get you a monthly retainer. I can get you paid every month just to promote this guy. But you got to be out every night. I was already out, God rest the dead, Dewberry. I was out, you know, putting flyers out and doing stuff like that. But he was like, nah, you got to be ready to step it up. Like, so not just one club or Take One or Coco's. No, you got to do Take One every day, Coco's every day, and just keep servicing, making sure these DJs is working this record. There is no Instagram yet. It's not no click my link, none of that. Ads, so I got a bunch of CDs, and I'm pushing it, and they giving me A Bay Bay shirts, and I'm doing, you know, spring break and Memorial Weekend, and he really drilled me. And that was my boot camp into learning how to service records everywhere from the Keys to Palm Beach. I was burning up gas. Like, I probably spent more on gas than what I made pushing A Bay Bay. So I was a South Florida rep. I got to be on conference calls. I got to deal with the record labels. I'm dealing with execs and stuff. And I'm like, oh, it's bigger than just coming to an open mic. So I'm running back home telling the guy, like, bro, we got a lot. We got work to do. Yeah, like, you thinking you just popping at Coco's, we good. Nah, you had, like, you know, Suge Knight gonna walk in there and just give you a deal. Nah, it don't work like that. You gotta make, I know how to create bidding awards. I know how to create hype, buzz. Certain words is like key. I know how to go viral. Viral, that word don't exist yet. Yeah. YouTube is brand new. So I'm still video recording stuff, throwing it on YouTube, not even thinking, you know what I used to use YouTube for, which is funny now? What? It's like a backup file. We didn't have no iCloud. We didn't have no real. So you throw it in there to save it? I just threw it there and uploaded it and just put like a funky little title. And I ain't, let me see if I can get 10,000 views. No, I threw it there to save it there. Yeah. But I would give the link out every now and then, not even thinking. And I was going viral from the dances and all this. And I'm like, people from out of town are watching the life. People in college and HBCUs and Tallahassee and all the fraternities and sororities, they're watching us saying, oh, yeah, I'm from Miami or I'm from Palm Beach and Broward. This how we dance.
It's like history records in a sense. It's just digital, virtual history records. You know
That's
what I mean?
really what happened, bro. And then we got with grind mode and we've been doing it ever since.
Okay. So I want to touch base on the success of grind mode, right? So if I'm correct, y'all was on 106 in Park, right?
Yeah.
So I remember watching y'all as a kid.
We was on the countdown.
Yeah.
We was on all those, actually.
Yeah.
We was on all those.
So when y'all made those records, right, did y'all know at that time it was going to be one of those type records, or was it just another day in the office?
Hell no. It was another day in the office, but it's like what I'm telling you, like, the more you learn, the more you got your chances of becoming successful because of the knowledge that you have. That's why I tell these young guys, education is key. I don't care what you think, oh, yeah, I dropped out of school. Nah, bro, you still need to be learning.
Yeah.
Because if I didn't learn what I learned from Big Teach, I wouldn't have knew how to service a record. That, another part of information helped me grow it out. What I learned from owning a magazine and being a media outlet and having to interview, you know, people like T-Pain and put DJ Khaled on the cover and all that. Like, now I get to go to the radio station. I see the functionalities of the radio station.
Yeah.
I see the functionalities of the media side, what a publicist does. Every title I want to master and learn. I don't care if you was a manager, role manager, going to record pool meetings. Shout out to TJ's DJ, TJ Chapman. So I would go to all these record pool meetings. I'm learning positions. I'm seeing what the inner workings of the whole label. And the whole industry. And I'm saying, I'm looking at the Tony Neals. I'm looking at all these guys. And I'm like, oh, he's important because of this. Or Laura Mason is important because of this. Wendy Day is important because of this. Rap Coalition is important because so you have to know, and relationships go a long way too. So I'm like, wow, I'm tweaking. I'm thinking you just be a hot rapper and you just blow up.
Take off.
Nah. So I could have never guessed that I'm So High was going to do that. But I knew if I did enough of what I was doing and I was consistent with my little team, my little old team, they had to just, but then the more they seen what I said was coming about to be true, the more they listened and they was more receptive to what I was saying. And they was like, damn, I made them into believers. I made my hood into believers. I made my team, my squad, everybody around me into believers because they like, Chaos good in that studio, but he a savage outside. Like, he really learns. Like, when he sit in the room, I know how to shut the fuck up. Some people don't know, like, oh, I'm so smart, I got to tell my story. Sometimes I get around them big guys, and I'm like, damn, I'm big, but these guys are huge. And I learn from them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I bring that back to the village. I bring that back to my community. I learn from it. So, yeah, it was some components that was in it, in that song, like, I'm So High was good, but that, like, originally, I was there. Niggas wasn't fucking with that song. I'm going to be for real. Like, now looking back, it's like, oh, yeah, it all looked peaches and cream. Yeah. But at that time, we're like, damn, Chaos, you be doing all that real life shit, and now you, what's up with that booty shaking ass?
Yeah, it's
like,
a flip. Yeah.
Yeah, like, what's up with that? Nigga, this Miami, we do dancing music. We do, like, party music. This is a party city. So at that time, it was like everybody was doing trap. It was T.I., it was Young Jeezy, Yo Gotti, like Trick Daddy doing what he doing. It's like Rick Ross. You got to think of the state of music in Miami. The JT Monies and all that. Yeah, we party, but a lot of that is like, nigga, I'm thugging. I'm gooning, I'm trapping. I'm a dope boy. But then we come with some, and I'm so high, like, what the fuck?
But I feel like that was the start of that wave right there where the Miami scene for dancing more so started to come in.
It did.
You know what I mean? Where you get your piccolos, you get grind mode, you know what I'm saying? You get in these songs that when they play, they make the whole club move, gangsters included. Right. You know what I mean? So what was that like though, as far as like working that record, going to clubs, you know, and seeing the change going from the thug and the mean mugging to, you know
it felt phenomenal because, let me say something. There's a picture that I got in my office, you know what I'm saying? Long before I got this picture, I always felt like this, but my people had got me this picture, and there's a lot of greats on everybody from Nipsey Hussle to Tupac all the way to Obama. Marcus Garvey, some of the greatest men that you ever want to see, the greatest black men that you ever want to see.
Mm-hmm.
I never leave my office. This is to now. I never leave my office until I look at them, and I try not to cry. Sometimes I do. And I say, man, I hope I made y'all proud.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you understand? We ain't nothing but a dream of like somebody like Martin Luther King ain't never had an iPhone.
Nah, he couldn't even.
He don't even know what this
what
is.
that is. Yeah.
You hear me? If he come back from the dead right now and I say, bruh, put your Instagram.
Yeah, you gonna be
put
like
MLK marching men, Mississippi.
You think he ever thought that he would have a street on damn near every state?
Right. So I'm like, my point is saying that is, this is here now for us right now.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's gonna be a time where the stuff we daydream about, we're not gonna live to see it.
Mm-hmm.
So when I look at that picture, that's what I say to them. Like, man, I hope I made y'all proud. I don't care if it's Joe Lewis or, you know what I mean? Like, damn, they got AC inside their vehicles, inside a whole wagon. They got an airplane and there's different sections on it. Like, we're living inside there. Inside, can you imagine that? Just think for a moment. Don't ask no more questions. We're actually living inside of a dream.
Yeah.
Inside of a vision that Malcolm X like was so tense. Every time he got up, they burning a cross in front of his house. I'm like, damn, bro, like that was pressure. We still got pressure.
Mm-hmm.
We still got issues. We got, now to the music, I said the same thing. Long before I got deep into this music, I say, man, I looked at the Piccolos, I looked at the Two Live Crews and the Gucci Crew 2s, and I was just like, damn, I hope I like really took what y'all did and y'all done with music. Y'all, these guys retired and the PODs and, you know, everything that the Strong Arms and the Po' Boys and the Slip and Slides and the Luther Campbells and all. I'm like, bro, I just hope I satisfy y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, I got these guys on my phone.
Yeah.
It's easy for me to pick JT Money. JT Money will pick up my phone right now. You know? So that feel good because I was a little boy watching him. And I was like, oh my God, the bitchizer.
Yeah.
That's why I'm the animalizer. All I did was take a lot of what these guys did and put it inside my gumbo. I just made a bigger, you know, seafood platter off of what them guys fish for.
Yeah.
So now I'm trying to make it easier for the next guys, whether it's the Mr. Floridas or the Kawaps and, you know what I'm saying, all these new artists that's coming out, man, I just want to hope I passed on enough for y'all to take it and do the right thing with it. I don't want to dictate it. I don't want to control it. I want y'all to have fun because jook music, South Miami jook music did not exist before me.
Yeah, that's fact.
That's not it's just like it's a dance that I used to see down south where I'm from in South Miami. That's why it's the South Miami jook, South Day jook, South Florida jook, whatever you label it.
Yeah.
I saw it and I kept seeing it and I say, bro, we need to put that in a song because there ain't no song for it. There's not like an official song. And it came in a pill popping era where niggas was doing ecstasy and then the teens, they're acting like the pill popping junkies and the pill popping club goers. So they're mimicking them, making it funny. And the grown people, they doing it at the after hours and the late night spots that I'm at. Like Nice and Naughty and stuff like that and going through Coconut Grove and they biting their jaw and they going like this. And it's funny, but it's fly. Like these niggas be like, with they Cuban links on and they going like this and then they start speeding up the music. And that's how we got there. And then we added it and just to see it now and people still jooking and I go on TikTok and I go viral every month.
Yeah.
Every month.
Yeah.
I still monetize from that. I still got my publishing. I still get streaming. Rhymo still make money every year. We make a lot of money just off of just streaming. Yeah. And I'm happy, bro. Like I'm happy, bro. Yeah. I couldn't complain about no parts of this.
That's a blessing, man. Man, I appreciate the contribution y'all made into music in general because around that time, that was around a little bit after I moved down this way because I'm originally from West Palm and I came down this way. Okay. And so I was catching the wave as it was taking off, you know, with the ecstasies and I'm So High and the Bizzles and Lit by an Animal and all these songs was taking off. And it was a different wave of music that I had never experienced before as far as on the dancing side. Right. You know what I mean? And then that's when I started learning the culture of that Miami dance music and things like that, you know. Right. So it was one of the times that I'll never forget to this day. Any function a song get played, I'm moving. I'm moving. You know what I'm saying? Like, hold on, watch out. Like, so, I want to ask you. So, what was your first thoughts when you seen the infamous Carol Mart juking video?
The original video. See, that wasn't even at Carol Mart. I gotta make people laugh because I video recorded the original one. I video recorded the flea market one. It's in P. Ryan.
Okay.
So it's always been a debate because all our flea markets look relatively.
Yeah.
So shout out to Carol Mart. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Carol Mart and Liberty Mart and USA and all that. I'm gonna tell you why, because in P. Ryan, a lot of people ain't go to our flea market. We did. All of us from South Day go to our. So how that day went about was I came to the flea market to get my hair braided. A lot of them dancers that was my original dancers in that video had just left. They had a big battle up there. Yeah. So they was battling in the flea market in P. Ryan. So I called my little homie, hey man, y'all gotta spin the block. Cause I got something I want to test y'all out with. So they was doing South Miami Jook, but it's like not just Wu-Tanging, it was like about 6 dancers and 3 of them belong to ours. So they kind of blended South Day Jook and something else. So it ain't just South Day Jooking. It's another dance that we got that's intertwined with that. That's what a lot of people don't know neither. So they came back up where I'm shooting that video is where everybody come to get their ringtones and their CDs. Right there, if you look at in the front of them. Yeah. That's the person that edited that video. And I'm about to give you another part of history. Some of that ain't I'm So High. Some of that is Bet That, Trick Daddy Bet. I never try to take all the credit for that. We speed up a lot of music. So it's with that Bet That, that Trick Daddy Dunk Riding song. Yeah. So they speed that up. They playing that. They speeding up I'm So High. They playing that. And the rest is history. I video recorded it, gave the video footage to my man who do the ringtones because he do editing too. They did that shit for free because they was like, we ain't never seen that like that. Because at that time there ain't really camera phones. Yeah, I had a digital camera and I caught it and I kept walking around in a circle, going like this, walking around in a circle, catching it like this, getting it from different angles. I gave him everything and then he just put my I'm So High with it. Yeah, sped up, and I'm like, we might be on to something. But then I put it on YouTube, didn't think about it, and left it alone. By the time I got ready to do our deal in Universal in New York, when we flew to New York, somebody else told me, like, yo, you know that little YouTube or whatever that is? Yeah. You need to go on there, bro. Like, that shit got like 20,000 people done watched it. Damn. We would say 20,000 people done watched it, not 20,000 views. Then by the time I get to New York, it's like 30,000. Then it's like 50,000. I'm like, oh my God, people are watching this right. Are these numbers real? Yeah. We didn't understand it. I'm like, what does this mean? So then that was a part of our meetings. Look, it's 80,000 views. They were like, wait, there's a dance? We were going to get a deal because of the song. We were going to get a deal because that song was on the radio and we're taking spins away from major artists. That's what people don't understand. It ain't about our song being high. That's only one part. That's the regular people way of thinking. The labels are saying there's an hour, 60 minutes on the radio. Every minute costs. And every minute on radio costs a lot of money. Yeah. There's only 45 minutes of music play, 45 to 48 minutes of music play. The rest like because the rest is commercials and talking and breaks. So out of 40-something minutes, every song is about 3 to 5 minutes. So you do the math. If just say it's 9 or 10 songs they could play in 1 hour, how are these guys playing every hour? Yeah. And their song is like 3-4 minutes. Yeah. They're stealing money away from us. So we got to either sign these guys or we got to execute them. Yeah. We got to make their airplane fall out the sky. So like, protect grind mode at all costs. Because, dog, we're causing a problem for people in New York. And New York run the music industry. Yeah. So that's how that happened. All them meetings, we had meetings with everybody from J Records, Jive Records, Def Jam. It ain't just Universal. Bad Boy, we were supposed to have a meeting. But that was at the time that Diddy was beefing with 50. And they was leaving toilets. I don't know if y'all remember that. Go look it up. They was leaving. He was buying toilets. 50 Cent was buying toilets. Yeah. And putting them in front of Bad Boy and pouring Ciroc in it. No. Because he had that he had a liquor at that time. And he was saying that Ciroc was trash or something like that. Whole crazy thing. But yeah, man, at that time, we got a million stories because we got a million things that happened. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't just, oh yeah, this a hit and then it took off. Nah, we had to fight to make it a hit.
Yeah.
We knew it sound good. We knew it felt good. We knew that I targeted the kids. The same kids that I pushed A Baby on with that dance, that hand clap dance.
Yeah.
Same kids. I went to all the teen clubs and I pushed the jooking record. And now it was giving enough CDs away in the street. That was another part. Like that was footwork. These kids knew this record, and then you get the kids to dance to it. Now the 20-year-olds want to be cool like the kids.
Yeah, they trying to catch on.
Then the grown people want to be cool like the 20-year-olds. So I went backwards, and it worked. I didn't just go on the strip club. Oh yeah, he blew it up in the strip club. Nah.
Yeah.
The strip club got it last. The kids got it first. You know what I'm saying? Because I was already pushing A Baby. By the time I was done pushing A Baby, and Big Teach had me pushing hand clap.
Yeah.
A Baby was number 1 on 106 and Park. That's what I'm telling you. The whole format of I'm So High and Grind Mode is coming right after Hurricane Chris, respectfully. You know what I'm saying? So everything I learned from that, boom, I applied it, and it worked.
That's fine, man. Thank you so much for sharing that, man. Because that video ran through the schools.
Right.
I'm talking about like,
listen, pause that.
Crazy work.
You had a guy on here, I can't think of his name. You going to tell me his name right now. He was talking about T-shirts. Man, I almost threw my
Doogie.
phone. Watch this. He said this about schools. I say either he done learned this or watch me or something, or the lesson still prevails. And I'm saluting him because I like hustlers and I like these kinds of stories. When I seen him on here, I say, oh, he get it. Because watch this. In the strip club, this later on, we had She So Fly shirts. We had all of them. Just say we had all white shirts, but the letters was red.
Yeah.
The next week, the letters was blue. The next week, the letters was black. The next week, all the shirts was blue, but they had white writing. We would keep going to different strip clubs and making not selling them, just giving them away. So everything he's saying, I did it in the strip club first years, but I'm talking about 10 years before him.
Yeah.
I laugh because I say I like when somebody gets it. So salute to you.
Yeah.
Then we started doing boy shorts. She So Fly on the back. Our MySpace.
Yeah, MySpace era.
We the first ones that have 1 million players on MySpace. And then dancers will work at Kogo's, but then on the weekend they might work at Rolex.
Yeah.
And they got She So Fly on it. But then they still, these same sex-ass girls walk through the flea market, and now I got the girls that do hair all day. They doing 50 heads. They got the shirts on. She So Fly. I'm So High. She So Fly. Some of them said She So Fly. Some of them went, I'm So High. But we made you feel like left out. The whole purpose was to make you feel left out. Because if these 6 dancers at Coco's got it and the rest of you hoes ain't got it,
then they like,
y'all felt left out like, yeah, Lee, when they coming back?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the ones right there. You ain't got no shirts with y'all. Chill. We about to go on stage. Give me about 10 minutes. Boom, I'll bring in a box. They are like crackheads.
Hey, let me get mine.
Because now, and then they start matching them with the shoes. So these girls got them with the Jordan Breads, but then these girls matched them with the new Jordan 4s and then the Jordan 12s. So it's like these girls are matching them, or they matching their stilettos with our shirts or they boy shorts. Or, oh, I got the whole set. Girl, I'm a real Grind Mode fan.
Yeah.
They popping their shit. So it's like, dog, we built something. So salute to that guy because he really get it.
Yeah, you made a community. You made a community out of that. Shout out to Doogie too.
Yeah, man.
So I like to always touch base on this before we close out because everybody see the process, not necessarily the process, but they see the glitz and the glamour of being an artist, right?
Right.
But then there's the process, the journey, the grind, the hustle, and there's always a dark time in the career or journey of an artist. And I want to know, what would you consider that dark time for you in your journey?
It's so many, bro, but toward the beginning of I'm So High was the end of our budget. Like, we had a lot of little street money. That money was, listen, we had to pay so much money to learn, and we had to pay so much money to fail. But now we look back and I'm like, it was an investment. But you know how scary it is when it's like, yeah, your name popping, a lot of these shows we was doing promotional, man, we probably spent, even if I'm wrong, probably $80,000 within a year. That's how much we believed in ourselves. I'm pushing a magazine, so I got a budget for that with me and my partner. I'm in traffic selling magazines, $2 a piece. Yeah. So, but then at that time, Watch this. People was laughing. He was like, get a job. Damn, you out here begging for $2. Now they say, oh, he a hustler, girl. See, I respect a hustler. Which one is it, baby girl?
Yeah.
Am I begging? Because I ain't working right now. So I'm out here, but I couldn't argue with him. But I'd be out there selling a magazine that I produce, putting you up on artists that you don't even know that are from Oakland. You couldn't click no Instagram. We were Instagram.
Yeah.
So we got a DJ dedication page showing you this DJ Crunch one, this DJ Dig 'em Down. This what DJ Khaled look like. DJ Khaled wasn't on no covers, really.
Yeah.
At that time. So now, I'm spending money. My partner and them, they spending money. That money getting low, boy. We just got a mass production on 40,000 mixtapes or something like that for fourth quarter mixtape. All this music on here and ain't no singles. They just a whole bunch of fillers. So people like, the single hot, but the music, they project, all right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's tough, it's dark, it's gritty, it's hood. But then we got the party music over here. It's like, it was a tough time because we was running low on money. I'm like, I think all that need to get jobs.
Yeah.
This shit getting tight, boy. And by the time that money, them last couple of dollars, I start doing certain things while I was like, producing mix CDs and putting them so high first and doing all that R. Kelly, Avant, Trey Songz, this nigga, that nigga, Tank. And I would mass produce them, go to the clubs, be fly, passing out mix CDs and letting everybody play that shit like I just told my people that. And they say, damn, that worked? I'm like, yeah, there wasn't no playlist at that time. Ain't no Spotify, ain't none of that. So girls getting a free CD and it's straight. And I'm talking shit outside the club. Hey, homeboy, listen, all that talking you doing, just take this CD, go with her. I done did all the work. As soon as you play this CD, she gonna drop them panties. I swear to God.
Yeah.
I'll make people laugh like this. They like, boy, what you got on that CD? You need to give me one, man. Take this shit. Listen, homeboy, I ain't talking to her.
Yeah.
Go ahead and get in the car, Lamar. They laugh.
Yeah.
It's 5 girls. I'm like, listen, homeboy, all that talking you doing, you gonna talk your way up out them draws. If you play this CD for her right now, and sure enough, everybody, all the dunks, verts, cars, Benz is outside the club, they're playing the CD. They'll skip past something so high because they don't know that shit. But then this is my song for real, no doubt. And oh shit. Next thing, Avant. Next thing, Pretty Ricky. Nigga, I had panty wetting music on them.
Yeah.
So them hoes riding like this liquor in their system. This back when you ain't had to buy no section, none of that shit. Like, I'm setting niggas up with straight panty wetting music. And I put my shit first. After a while, you gonna let that CD play so much to the point I'm so hot and got stuck in your fucking head.
You ain't even taking it out no more. It's just in there.
Yes, it's just looping. Ain't no going to play YouTube. Ain't no. You had to have an auxiliary cord, nigga.
Yeah.
And your auxiliary cord ain't got shit on this CD that I just gave. And I had volumes of that, and I would give it to the flea market for free. This me spending my own money. I go to the hood out there on 54 where they sell the CDs. Everywhere they sold CDs, I bring them 50 CDs, homeboy. They $5 a pop. You do the math. That's hundreds of dollars I'm giving you. Just sell them all. Dog, how much you want back? I don't want a fucking thing back.
Just sell them.
Just sell these bitches.
Yeah.
Because I know what's on there. And then when he pop it in, he play it like, he skip. God damn, this all this. I ain't even got this on yet. I ain't even got this one yet. And I done gave you a whole bunch of crack to move for free. And I don't want nothing back. Guess what? You going to trap that.
Yeah.
And every time I come back with 50 CDs, Hegel Volume 2, Hegel Volume 3, Hegel, and I always kept one of my songs on there. I broke a lot of artists. One day I'm going to talk about that later too. I broke a lot of artists here because I did the same thing with them.
Yeah.
They just went, oh yeah, they got a hot song. Nah, bro, I put their shit on there too. And I still got the original CD. So if anybody ever want to play with me, let's have that conversation. I do this shit for real, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, so sorry for talking.
Nah, you good, man. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much.
Definitely.
So tell me, what's some of the things you got in the works right now?
I just put out Henrietta's Son 2, which that's personal. You know what I'm saying? That was a good CD in the street. So now I'm taking a lot of projects that I had out in the street and converting it over, getting them remixed and mastered.
Put them on DSPs.
You know, put them out on the DSPs. And might as well get paid for them. You know, and that's what I'm doing right now. Got an artist that I'm working with, Mr. Flauta. All the dancers this side, that Boss Man D-Lo dance, that's him. Who else? Boss Man D-Lo, I think. Rod Wave new dance for the 25. So you're the first one to get it.
Appreciate that.
He got something in the works. You know what I'm saying? Cooking up something with Eye Candy. I'm waiting for her. 7-5 Mag.
Shout
a
out.
bunch of different artists that that I'm fans of. I like being fans of artists. And I don't have no ego in this shit, man. I love what we doing as Florida artists. So we doing that. Florida Entertainment, Florida Boy Entertainment. What else I'm doing? Respect My Grind TV. I had took a little break. I lost my mama last year.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, life be lifing, man. So a lot of stuff don't make the internet. Some stuff do. So after I lost her, like I was just about to start doing my podcast and my TV show again. I just put it. So now I just been buying equipment, doing everything, getting everything set up. So that's why I've been admiring because I got some of this stuff at the crib.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So especially this right here, the cameras, all that, roadcast. I'm familiar with everything. I can run this by myself right now. I might end up being his co-host one day.
Hey, we definitely do that.
Yeah, man. So I'm about to put out a bunch of stuff. I hadn't been doing interviews. Now I'm back out here, might as well. I be doing numbers when I do interviews, man. I ain't trying to brag or nothing. Like, I got something to talk about. Some of these artists, they be boring, man.
You got a hell of a story, man.
I ain't hating, bro. But they don't be, they be so cookie cutter.
Yeah.
I'm a rapper. I'm the hottest. I am, nigga, malfunction, nigga. You ain't shit. You corny. You fucking up the game. Move out the way.
I can tell you even got more than you ain't even get to share, but it's like, we only could do it for so long. But, I appreciate you so much for coming on. I appreciate all your contribution that you made to the music industry, to Miami music. You gave me an instrumental to get me into the vibe when I moved out here. You know what I'm saying? And to this day, I still listen to y'all music. You know what I mean? So thank you so much. Where can they find you at?
Grind Mode Chaos, man. Just go on you could Google it. You could look it up on Spotify, Pandora, YouTube, TikTok. Till January the 19th. I hope they don't get rid of TikTok.
I don't know.
Please don't get rid of that.
They say he put in to basically postpone it until he gets in. So if he's asking for him to hold off on it until he gets in, he might not even do it because he was originally the person that set that in motion to get rid of it. So if he's saying, don't do it just yet, let me get in there. And he said a lot of his voters
forget about that shit. But anyways, all y'all that's trying to get y'all stuff together, go on Limit 8. Forget it. I'm endorsing it. You put in Limit and then the number 8, your followers starting to transfer over into Limit 8. It's the same. It's the American version of TikTok. So I'm just giving y'all, I like to drop gems and jewels, man. Okay. I got to bring it back home to the village, bro, and let us capitalize. So get on Limit 8 right now. At least when you use your hashtags and your locations, when you post videos and pictures, y'all will be at the top because you're going to be the first ones on there. You know what I'm saying? That's what a lot of us running over there to Limit 8 and dropping videos. So if you go on there, I'm Grind Mode Chaos. Anything you look for me on is Grind Mode Chaos. Still doing stuff with the kids. 5,000 role models. Salute to y'all. Salute to everything. Salute to the whole autism movement. Pray for us, man. Us kids that got kids with disabilities, man, pray for us, man. We make it look easy. It ain't.
That's right.
Ain't. So, shout out to all the fathers and especially our black fathers, man. We don't get enough credit. We not as bad as they proclaim. Don't let them stats lie to y'all.
Yeah.
Don't let them stats play with y'all, man. We really out here active, but they like to highlight the ones that ain't, you know what I'm saying, or not doing the right thing as a father. But I'm a father speaking up for other black fathers, man. We hitting it right on the head. And if you look at the stats before I get up out of here, you'll see who's raising the best kids. Don't argue with me. Don't kill the messenger. The ones who's raising the kids to be successful are single black fathers. It goes parent homes, 2-parent homes, then it goes single black fathers, and then it goes single mothers. And sometimes it's the grandparents and then the single mothers. So stop putting that stigma out here like that. Because if you be a fact checker, don't even look at me and be like, oh, nah, he just hating. Nah. America and them other folk, they want you to think it's the single mothers that's doing a great job. Nah, man. It's the single fathers. They listen to us.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a podcast that shoots here. I think it's called the Boys Club, but it's like a group of black men that are teachers.
Yeah.
In Florida. You know what I mean? So they shine light on the difficulties.
Connect us, man.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, most definitely. I
get them in our school, man. Because I be always wanting, you guys to come talk to our little kids, man, especially when we had meetings with 5,000 role models, man, and, about to do a bunch of field trips with these guys, man. They need to see us.
Yeah.
And inside that school system, they got to see us, bro. Mm-hmm. We giving our babies up to somebody else to raise, dog.
Yeah,
you
don't even know who.
For 8 hours a day, 8 to 10 hours a day. If you counting before care and after care, bro, come on, man. Don't let other people raise our kids and then send them back into the society that they gonna control. Nah, bro. That's on a whole nother episode.
That's facts. I'm gonna definitely share the Instagram with you. So also follow A2A.podcast on all platforms. You can find us on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Spotify. Also follow the AV Club Studios if you need any help starting your own podcast. You need a producer, cinematographer, great lighting, 4K cameras, great location. We got you.